An Apple museum. Why am I not surprised? Given the crazy level of mania that surrounds new Apple products, it's really no surprise that there's an entire museum dedicated to Apple products in Utrecht in the Netherlands. But the brand has completed 50 years and there is an exhibition running now that celebrates 50 years of Apple. If you're a fanboy, Utrecht is where you need to head to.
Apple marked its 50th anniversary this month. The milestone coincides with the opening of a new museum in Utrecht, Netherlands, which celebrates the company's 50-year legacy. Spread across 2,000 square meters, it is Europe's largest museum dedicated to Apple. The space brings together products, photos and videos to chart Apple's journey since 1976. The immersive exhibits showcase the company's design evolution and its impact on communication, work and daily life. The experience begins with a recreated garage reminiscent of Apple's early days. And this is where Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak registered Apple Computer Company on the 1st of April 1976. A simple setting that marked the start of one of the world's most influential tech brands. Ed Bindels, a Dutch Apple collector and museum founder, says that the goal is to bring Apple's history to life.
The museum is set up in a way that when you enter, you start in the garage, which is like where it all began. And it's not so that it was their headquarters, but it was. It tells a lot about the two people that founded Apple, Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs, and what the basis is of their vision behind the products.
From there, the story moves through decades of innovation, including the Apple I, the company's first product, hand-built by Wozniak, a kit computer that users had to assemble themselves.
Well, we started, I think, 5 or 6 years ago with the idea to tell stories about Apple and to tell people who are passionate about it how it came to be and what history was behind most of the stories and most of the products we know today. Because a lot of people, they think that Apple started with the iPod or eventually with the iPhone, but the history is very rich. It's 50 years old and they actually started with something that now we call a motherboard, which is the Apple I.
The exhibit takes visitors through different eras of Apple's design and technology, from early telephones and bulky computers to colourful iMacs and modern sleek smartphones. Showing how computing became part of everyday life, Apple also stood out for its design-first philosophy. With Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak focusing not just on technology but on products as lifestyle experiences. And over the years, Apple launches have sparked global fan mania, with customers queuing overnight for the latest devices. The museum features over 5,000 items, from computers and posters to iPhones and Apple Watches. Only a part of founder Ed Bindels' extensive private collection is on display. He says the aim is to tell a cohesive story rather than show every item.
The Apple Museum is about 50 years of one of the most innovative tech companies, as I see it at least. And we made a museum in contrast to many of the museums, because there are many Apple museums. But most of them, they're like for techies, and they're collections rather than a museum.
The visitor's journey ends with the iPhone, a product that transformed communication, design, and daily life. 50 years on, Apple continues to set benchmarks for design, product interface, and how people use technology.